مولاي صل وسلم دائما ابدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم.
الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه وآل بيته ومن تبع سنته أجمعين. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. كما قال عز وجل شأنه: وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم والعاقبة للمتقين ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alhamdulillah, Allah Azza wa Jalla Sha'nahu have given us this beautiful Jumatul Mubarak in the blessed month of Shaban. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان. And I mean, as we know, this is the month of Shaban al-Muazzam. There are few important significant things about it. Every month has a blessing, and there are special days Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have given to mankind. In this month, we know that Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam's few of his attributes and what he used to do. There is a tafsir of Surah Ad-Dukhan, first few ayah, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says: Hamim wal kitab al-mubin inna anzalnahu fi laylatin mubarakatin inna kunna munzirin fiha yufraqu kullu amrin hakim amrin min indina inna kunna mursalin rahmatan min rabbik innahu huwa as-sami'ul alim in kuntum muqinin. لا إله إلا هو يحيي ويميت ربكم ورب آبائكم الأولين بل هم في شك يلعبون. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم والعاقبة للمتقين. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this Surah Hamim, Surah Dukhan, in the first few ayahs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about Hamim, Huruf Muqattiyat, wal Kitab al-Mubin, by the book which is manifest. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatin mubarakah. Indeed, we descend this book in the night of Barakah. Barakah is something, if we could elaborate upon shortly. Inna kunna munzirin. Indeed, we are the one who are the warner of a punishment of Allah for those who deny Allah and His Messenger and the Quran. Fiha yufraqu kullu amrin hakim. In this night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make difference and assign and did the decision of all the matter of the wisdom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decide in this night. Amrim min indina, all of our commands which is to be done. Inna kunna mursalin, indeed we are the one who send the messengers. Innahu huwa as-sami'ul alim, indeed he is the one who is all hearing and all knowledgeable. In kuntum muqinin, if you could believe, none is worthy of worship, la ilaha illahu, except him. Yuhyi wa yumit, he's the one who brings from non-existent to existence, give life, and he's the one who gave death. Rabbukum wa rabbu abaikum al-awwalin, your Lord and your forefathers' Lord of before you. Bal hum fi shakkin yal'abun, indeed they are in a doubtful life matter, and they are taking life as a play. This tafsir of Surah Dukhan, many scholars have made the tafsir about it, and one of the scholar, Akrama radiallahu anhu, he is the one who says this ayah was revealed for the night of Nisf Shaban. But the other ulama says this is about the Laylat al-Qadr, which is in the last 10 days of the odd nights of Ramadan. What is the difference? The other ulama says the wordings are very much matching Surah Qadr and Surah Dukhan, these ayahs of the 4 or 5 ayahs. But, 9 ayahs. The difference here is that according to ulama, there is a anzal wa nazzal. That's the difference. According to them, from Lawh Mahfuz, Quran was revealed at same time over to the first Bayt al-Izzah. And then from there, over 23 years, it was revealed from Surah the type of Qadr in the Ramadan. But the other ulama says, no, this is about the same, that the last 10 days of the Ramadan. Because the other ayah which supports that strength is that Shahru Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. But the other scholar says that was about reveal on the Prophet, but from Loh Mahfuz to the Baytul Izzah, which is on the first sky above that, and that was kept altered whole, and then gradually was revealed to Prophet ﷺ according to the situation. So there's a little ikhtilaf in this. But then there are almost 16 or 17 Sahaba who have referred about hadith about the Nisf Shaban. So there is a general value of the month of Shaban that one is very significant, which is all hadith book have narrated. There's a significance of month of Shaban. What is the significance? Significance is the Prophet ﷺ fasted in the month of Shaban more than any other month except Ramadan. In other words, he fasted most in this month before Ramadan in the preparation of the Ramadan. So, but this is not a fard fasting, this is a nafil fasting. So that Prophet says, if you can prepare yourself to get used to your body to be fasting in the month of Ramadan, start fasting and train yourself in the month of Shaban. But distinguish Shaban with the Ramadan by end of the month of the Shaban, like on the 29th or 30th or last week or at least after 15th. Do not fast so that your body will not get weak. So a person who thinks his body will not sustain the ability to fast for 30 days in Ramadan, which is obligatory and further fasting, one should not fast in Shaban. But if your body can take the stress of being fasting, and then do it, and there's enormous reward of that Ramadan, of the fasting. So there are so many hadiths in this reference, in which Prophet ﷺ said that people, he was asked, why do you fast in Shaban so much? And he says, this is the month people are negligent about, they are careless about. Even though they should know that this is a very important month, the month of Shaban. In this month, the deeds are lifted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and decisions are made that who will be living, who will be dying, who will be marrying. Those decisions are made, and people are negligent. They are going in the streets and markets, and they are buying things, and they are doing trade, and their destiny is being set that they will not live next year. So, or their grave has been destined for them. So many of these narrations are there about that Prophet says that also the deeds are lifted. So I want to be in the state of fasting when my deeds are presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, again, the ulama is the one who make the tadbiq, means they put things in proper context. So we know that every day, Fajr and Asr, angels have a change of shift. So the deeds are taken that time. So it's a daily shift. Then there's a monthly shift, which is the month of Shaban. Then there is the month of Laylatul Qadr, when the decision comes down and all those decisions are being distributed to the angels. And then Prophet was asked, why do you fast on Monday and Thursday or Thursday? He said, these are the days. One of the day was the Monday I was born, and this is the day I got revelation of the Quran. And he also said that my deeds are presented to Allah, so I fast. So there is a daily, there's a weekly, there's a monthly, and there's an annual deeds are presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is to be understood, that just one does not contradict other. We have a daily job, we have a weekly job, we have a monthly job, we have to do the inventory and all those analyze. With Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our dealings is like that. So then he also, and Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu and Mu'mineen Aisha, there are many hadiths. As I said, there are 16, 18 Sahaba Kiram Ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'in who have narrated the hadith about the significance of the fasting of the Shaban, especially the 15th, night between 14th and 15th, and the day of the 15th fasting. So there is we should also know about the difference in the fuqaha and the muhaddithin. There is a little divide among the fuqaha and very small group of muhaddithin. What is the divide? The divide is all these hadiths, which are summoned to about at least 20 or more hadiths about the month of Shaban, narrated by 16 different companions. What happened in the muhaddis is something like a pharmacist. Muhaddis go by the special book, what it says about the compound. It does not see the good or bad in it. It sees the muhaddisin have developed a system of their authenticity. When that, such and such said, then such and such told him, that third person told him, the fourth person told him. They go by the name. Asma or Rajal. They go by the name and the sequence. And then it goes to stop at the either level of Sahabi or Tabi or Rasulullah. So this is how they say. Now what happened is that if in their criteria of narration, a person who should be taken hadith from, that person first of all should be Muslim, should be aqil, should be baligh, should be practicing, should be according to the sunnah, he should have lived exactly like that. In other words, a person might say, I remember Prophet said such and such thing, but I don't remember exactly this is the word. And that will put this person in the weak narrator, not ma'udu. So there is a lie or fabricated hadith, there is a ma'udu hadith. So according to the sequence or the authenticity of the muhaddis, they will say there's a weak narrator. That person, just because he said that I do not remember that was a day or night or evening or morning. So they said you got to be very precise. So then somebody might have been reported by people that this person has lied. This person did not live according to the Prophet's appearance. In other words, if a person did not have a beard, they will not take his hadith. They'll say he did not live by the Sharia. So they were very strict criterion these people had. So according to them, all the hadiths about the Nisf Shaban have one weak narrator somewhere. Not that he was a liar, there's a weak narrator. And there are some hadiths which they say there is no basis of those hadiths, in which some says, again, these are being practiced, that this is the nafil month of ibadah, or a month of nafil ibadah, not for the ibadah. If a person did it, they will get extraordinary reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, according to the tradition, and it has been a continuation of the tradition. So this Nisf Shaban is very important, as the hadith goes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive everybody of the believers except few things a person has to fix before this night is over. Because the deeds are going to be presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a night of asking. And then the return and the final verdict will be coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Laylatul Qadr, which is the last 10 days of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive everybody except the one who is a mushrik, the one who have idol worshipping or make partner with Allah in the worship. And mushahin. Mushahin is a person who holds a grudge or a negative feeling or hatred towards fellow Muslim. This is something very important. Brothers, sisters, family, Muslims, community, or whatnot. So as there's an example we can show in this reference. When Ali radiallahu ta'ala had a fight with Amir Muawiyah radiallahu anhu, and al-Mu'mineen Aisha was in the battle of the Jamal, and Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala was in the Siffin. Now when the people from the Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala side, when they died, they were also Muslim. They were very practicing Muslim. They were companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So what happened is that when Ali radiallahu ta'ala won the battle, the partners of radiallahu anhu, Ali radiallahu anhu, they said, now we will take the booty of these people who died. Ali radiallahu ta'ala says, no. This is not a kafir fight, it's a Muslim fighting a Muslim. So they said, why should we not do it? We risk our life for that. So al-Mu'mineen Aisha in the battle of Jamal became the prisoner of war. So he wanted to educate them. The wisdom of Ali radiallahu ta'ala is amazing. He said, okay, if you want the booty, then who is going to take al-Mu'mineen Aisha? Suddenly they realized, it is our mother. How could we do that? So they all said, no, we do not want to think like that, because she is mother of the faithful. So this is how he taught them how to be respecting a Muslim. So even though they fought, they killed, but they didn't hold grudge in their heart against others. And this is what is the point, that Mushahin is the one who is talking nice, but in the heart that person has a hatred. And this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, get rid of this balls, kina, or these hateful feeling about other Muslims. We agree to disagree. We can be very loud in our expression. We could be very, sometimes violent in our expression, but do not hold a grudge against a fellow Muslim. So, and this has been shown in the history of humanity and Muslim. And then the third person who is disobedient and disrespectful to the parents. No matter how much he worshipped, fard or sunnah or nafil, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throw it on their face. I don't need your worship. This is the most important. People go outside looking for a sheikh for the guidance. The greatest of the shuyukh in home are mother and father. وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا وَقُلْ لَهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا. This is the do not even look with the frowning and say, hey. I mean, this is the level. After Allah and Rasulullah, third person or people come in place is the love and respect and honor of parent. And obviously, when we grew up as a human psychology, when we see parents being elder and adult, we do not see them being weak, but we see it as they get older. And then they need help. They may have incontinence to urine or bowel. They need help with the teeth and food. And they are very emotionally exhausted. Depression is a very unusual thing. When hearing goes down, when the vision get bad, humans become depressed. This is the human nature. And when they speak loud, we think they are yelling, and actually they cannot hear us. So they are asking being loud. If they cannot see us, they ask to say it again. What is it? What are you trying to say? And sometimes cognitive function, the ability to comprehend, is gone down. So if you speak fast, they think you are brushing them off or you're saying something else. And when you're speaking fast, the words are not fully heard and the word turns something else. And the parent think that you rejected them. And they become kind of a child. Like when a child see you're feeding one child and not giving the other child, the one child become a little looking for, Dad, you didn't give me, why did you give him? Not that the child hate him. So the parents, when we see that we are attending our wives and our children, not that we should not, but we should start with them and to go to the children and wives. So they will learn how we treated our parents. So when we grow old, they will treat us with the same sequence of honor and thing. And Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, whenever he would start from the right side, and he would have Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu always sitting on his right. And he would offer him first, whatever he has to give, and then he gave it to Umar, then give it to Usman, then to Ali, and then all the Sahaba whenever they were. So there is a place for everybody. A parent could be a bad person, but the Jannah is under the feet of a disrespectful mother. We cannot find our Jannah unless we honor her. So this is something very important. And even if they are non-Muslim, we still have to respect them as we would respect a Muslim parent, except obeying them in the act of worship. The fourth person is the one who has a kibr, who is a proud and arrogant or thinks he's better than other. The fifth person is the one who is a habitual alcoholic by choice. And the sixth one is the one who is a murderer, who kill any soul unjustly, particularly a Muslim life, taken deliberately without any reason. The seventh one is the one who does the zulm, who transgress the limit of Allah in violation of anybody else's honor. A violation of doing zulm is a transgression. Then the eighth one is the one who does casting a spell and jadoo. You know, it's very unfortunate. When you go to Pakistan, many times on the wall there are written comments. Aapka dushman aapke qabu mein, or aapka mehboob aapke qadmon mein. All these kind of very insulting words. As a Muslim, we should not write this in a Muslim country. As Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, casting a spell and doing the magic, sahar, is haram. And many people are living that, and the government has a responsibility to remove those kind of things and people. The people also, ninth person is the one who does the palmistry, the reading the palm, because Allah knows the destiny. There's a knowledge, but certain knowledge are forbidden. We should not do as a Muslim. That does not help anybody. Then people who take the fal, means there's the what you call the law. And the people who have very much fondness of the musical instrument, and the ruler who have unjust taxes on his nation. And then who does not do sila rahmi, yani means the one who does not respect, honor, and take care of his family, brothers, sisters. If you see, Islam has a very basic system of offering these moral character building, but these telling that if you take care of your family, if I take care of my parents, my children, my brothers, sisters, then you don't have to worry about my family, whatever my limits are. But if I'm not doing them and I'm giving charity to everybody except my own brothers, sisters, and not knowing their needs, and we don't have to tell them that I'm helping you, we need to just gift them. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, gift increase the love and affection. So if we find our child or our nephew or our brothers, sisters who are not as good health or condition or financial strength, we should politely gift them things knowing their needs rather than telling them, I did this favor to you, I did that favor to you. قَوْلٌ مَعْرُوفٌ وَمَغْفِرَةٌ خَيْرٌ مِّن صَدَقَةٍ يَتْبَعُهَا أَذًى. A kind word is better than a charity followed by... A kind word is better than a charity followed by an insult. So, إِنَّمَا الصَّدَقَاتُ يُذْهِبْنَ السَّيِّئَاتِ. A sadaqah wipes out the sin. So whenever we have a trouble, we should think that maybe Allah is testing me, or my hardship, which could have been worse coming in my way, has been taken by this minor. So we may have an auto accident, we may have some other hardship in our life, we may have lost some monetary gain. We should reassess our thing. Is my matter with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is it correct? Did I make my sadaqah? Did I make my zakat? Did I pay my na'ams and charity? Did I do anything to violate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah's sunnah, commands of Allah and commands of Rasulullah? Or I should thank Allah for any hardship that maybe there was a worse scenario was happening. Allah turned this into a lesser hardship and made my life easy. In other words, we should do the thanks to Allah. This could have been a disastrous situation where I may have had seriously injured myself. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the wisdom and hikmah. All these messages are for us to understand and to comprehend that our life is a constant test of existence. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the wisdom. So this coming Thursday night, between Thursday and Friday night, is the Laylatul Bara'. Bara' means freedom from the hellfire, basically to speak. It is Bara', Arabic, Layla, which is Shab Barat, Shab in Farsi for the Layla, in the night, and Bara' means freedom, or Bara'at means celebration. But some people do wrong things. Those are doing the firecracker and all this thing that is not a part of Islam. We should be very mindful of it. So barakah is that when we get up in the Fajr and we do our salah and we start our business, we find things are done much faster than when we start doing it at the night. This is barakah, which we do not even realize so much can be accomplished in the morning hours than same job assigned at the night time. Something very unusual in medical science. If you eat heavy breakfast versus if you eat heavy dinner, body reacts differently. If we eat large breakfast, we get energy and we have more physical strength. And we eat light dinner, we don't get overeating and the stomach does not bloat. We do a little bit walking and relaxing. So the dinner should be lighter, which is called supper in English language. But today we're eating heavy dinner and lighter breakfast and often skip the breakfast. These people get diabetes and high cholesterol and they get sick and they get stressed and they don't sleep well because the stomach is full and it's gases and belching and bloating and acid reflux and coughing and waking up in the morning with a sore throat. So the dinner should be light. So in other words, brain is very fresh. Human body works very well starting in the morning. As you say, early to bed, early to rise, healthy, wealthy and wise. That is true. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the wisdom.